Eric Zobler. I am a recording engineer slash producer. I make great cappuccinos too. And been working with Mr. George Duke for a long, long time. He's been a great client and friend, and I'm here at his studio.
Eric is older than he looks. First of all, I've probably been with him since the early 80s. He's the absolute best engineer for me and what I do that is around. I mean, I can't even imagine recording without him. I mean, he knows me. I know him. It's a great working relationship because he takes a lot of pressure off me. I don't have to worry about that side of the room. I know the recording process will be done well, and I can just concentrate on music. And I got enough. I don't even have enough accolades to say how I feel about the guy. I think he's just incredible.
What I do as George's engineer is I try to get it captured clean, but I want to capture it as quickly as possible. I don't like him to wait. I don't like his ideas to get stale, you know. Not that they would, but you know, it's just kind of my philosophy of one of my philosophies of recording is I don't like the musicians to wait very much. I don't like them to wait for me. So we try to capture it as quickly as possible and as cleanly as possible. Now there's some dirt on some. Sometimes I end up with a little bit of schmutz or dirt because there's something that's not right, and I always feel that a performance is more important than a recording. I want the recording to be as clean as possible, as good as possible, whatever that means. But I will always give that up if the performance is great. I will never hit stop when something great is happening, and because I have a little crackle or something, because at the end of the day it's not as important, and I'm probably losing work by saying that, but that's how I feel. So. The samples are not all the same. I wanted them to be a little different. I wanted to feel like if we had mined these samples from original recordings, the reality was that they wouldn't be all the same, you know. And there's some continuity between all of the work that we did because we did it in here over a number of days, like 5 days recording. So that since all that was pretty much the same, I varied things as we were working just to try to give it a little bit more of a variety over the samples. I have done sampling sessions before, and typically when you do a sampling session for a sampling product, you want a really low noise floor and a really clean signal, as high up bit-wise as you can get it. I didn't take those parameters very seriously. I mean, I did. They were part of what I was doing as an engineer. Of course, I didn't forget about them, but I was more interested in catching his performances. And because he would radically change between one sound to the next or dynamics, I had to leave a lot of headroom in what we were recording. So, and I didn't want to spend time chasing down hums or buzzes. And so that type of recording was not paramount to me when we did these recordings. I wanted to make sure I got the vibe. The vibe is what is important. It's what we wanted to get out of these recordings. Clean, yes, as clean as I can get them, and for the most part they are quite clean. But there's a few little, glitches and things in there, which is cool. You listen to some older recordings, and there's glitches and things in there. So I don't think it's anything wrong with that. I think it's actually, in some ways, a plus.
It's a little bit more analog. Anna Rugas. We love it.
On the Rhodes, I had two direct paths. I had a clean path, which was transistor, and then I had a tube path that went through the tape. And then I re-recorded the tube path with the microphones that I also recorded to create the final tube and tape instrument. The 140, it is what it is. You just, you can't really do much to it. And you start modifying and it becomes something else. It's like modifying a vintage guitar. You change a wire in a 58 Strat, and it's no longer, worth what it was. So So on the Wurlitzer in particular, there's clean Wurlitzer and there's some that are not so clean. The cleaner ones, we didn't have a microphone on it, for instance. The 140 had a speaker in the back, so we combined that in the tubes and tape sound. We also did a clav, and I took the same thing. I had both two directs. The clavinet is a direct instrument, just a plug coming out of the instrument. So I did the same thing where I took a transistor and a tape and tubes and tape, and they were very, very similar, almost to the point where, well, you know, I need to do something to make it a little bit more different. So on some of the clavinets, not all of them, but on some of the clavinets, we reamped them. We reamped the tube and tape version, so I sent it back out into the studio and then re-mic'd it, brought it back into the console, re-equalized it and compressed it again, and then combined it that way, so that on the clavinet, there's a couple of them that are like that. It sounds pretty damn good, is what I think.